All right. Family, we get paid to read these books. We reading Ronda Rousey, My Fight, Your Fight this month. I love the energy what I'm getting from the book. I'm not particularly a fan of UFC and MMA and all that fighting and violence and beating each other's face in. You know, if you like that, God bless you. But I'm reading. My point is, you got to study stuff that you can learn something from, not necessarily everything that you like. All right, now listen to this. So this is winning is the greatest feeling. I think she don't have the chapter's number, so I think this is like chapter 3. Actually, they're real short chapters. Winning is the greatest feeling in the world. When I win, I'm euphoric. Nothing can bother me. Winning raises me up above the fray. I float happily above all the things that make life messy and hard. After I win, for a little while, everything is right in the world. Winning feels like falling in love, except it's like falling in love with everybody in the room all at once. Ooh, I love that. I love that when you get recognized. That's the feeling you get when you get your name called, get recognized in front of your peers, blah, blah, blah. Love it. Winning feels like falling in love, except it's like falling in love with everybody in the room all at once. And it's amplified when you are in an arena with 18,000 people. Imagine our meetings, you go across stage with 60,000. So 3 times what she's talking about. But listen to this, teammates. In my experience, like Nick Saban, like one of my favorite coaches, Nick Saban, when he talks, he said, look, everybody want to win. Like if you read this, you heard me say this, I'm sure you can relate to that. Everybody want to win. Everybody, both teams want to win. Both fans want to win. The cheerleaders want to win. The boosters want to win. The teachers, the administrators want to win. Everybody want to win. The teammate, it's not wanting to win, it's preparing to win. It's preparing to win. In our world, you have to set a schedule and be disciplined and stick to it. In our world, you got to be constantly creating prospect lists, new prospect lists. Follow up. In our world, you have to learn how to present and close. You got to have product knowledge, learn what we're doing. Teammate, everybody if you just walk up to anybody and say you want to win, sure I do, who don't? But the separator is preparation. All right, that's point 1. And let's go on over here to point 2. Ronda Rousey. Listen, I mean, people, we read a lot of books, and Ronda's talking about what she did when she was 3 years old. I swear, I don't know whether I'm having memory loss or something. I can't tell you what I was doing at 3 years old, 3, 4, 5 years old. Like, what? What? That's interesting. I'm gonna start asking people, what can you tell me happened when you were 3? Like, I'm about to be a little suspect. Anyway, she's telling us what she did at 3. This is, what was I doing at 3? Ask yourself right now, what was you doing at 3 years old? Like, what? I don't know. Interesting. The kind of hope, but I think she's in her 20s when she's writing this. Maybe when I was 20, I could tell you what I was doing when I was 3. Maybe. All right, listen. The kind of hope I'm talking about is the belief that something good will come. That everything you're going through and everything you've gone through will be worth the struggles and the frustrations. The kind of hope I'm talking about is a deep belief that the world can be changed, that the impossible is impossible. Teammates, you got reading these books, your work ethic, you develop your belief. Your belief is developed. Your belief is a muscle. One of my favorite coaches I like to listen to is Myron Golden. I heard him say on a YouTube video, he said, you don't have to tell me what your beliefs are. Your actions tell me what your beliefs are. I'm like, ooh, wait, he ain't lying about that. Your actions tell me what your beliefs are. If you're going for something, if you risking something, your work ethic tell me what your beliefs are. Because if you don't think it's going to be worth it, then you don't work that hard. That was point 2. All right, last point, and I'm going to let y'all go. Now listen to this. Now this is tough. This is everything can change in a split second. So she's talking about, her family moved from LA to Minot, North Dakota. want to move there. Anyway, she go on and on and on and on and on. The difference between LA and North Dakota. Her dad was her and her dad was close. They did like climbing rocks and stuff together. And then one winter, they were sledding down a hill by their house. Her dad went down a completely ordinary hill on a completely ordinary orange plastic sled. He went down first to make sure it was safe for me and my sister to follow. I laughed as I watched him shoot down the hill. Listen to this. He hit a bump, an ordinary log covered with some snow. Their sled skidded to a stop at the bottom of that hill, but my dad just lay there. Mom thought he was joking. We waited. He didn't get up. My sisters and I sat there at the top of the hill watching as Mom ran down the hill, then knelt beside Dad. Go on and on and on, a few lines down. My dad, who was the strongest person I knew, he had superhero level strength, had broken his back. The first time I saw my dad after his accident, he was lying in a hospital bed, unable to move. Good God Almighty Jesus. And what I wrote in the margin of my point is, life can change in an instant. You know, the snow covered the log. He didn't see it, slides right into it, boom, break his back. You know, it's so many things. Like one of the things, Michelle and I, we scored every day for 3 years in a row. Birthdays, holidays, Christmas, everything, every day for 3 years in a row. And we obviously that was important to us. We was fighting for our lives. But a big part of that was just grace. And because so many things could have happened that would have forced us to get off track. Well, we would have had to stop what we was doing and take care of something else or whatever. But we didn't have any, and we did have some significant stuff happen, but nothing like this. Nothing like where just by grace that we have the opportunity to wake up every day with a sound mind, breath in our lungs, energy in our spirit to get out here and do something. We need to make the most of every day. Our life can change in an instant. Let's make the most of it. Hope that helps your teammates. Love this stuff. We're going to run this play again tomorrow.